We're getting loot here too, so definitely want to... What?
Damn it! All right. I'm gone. Done.
No,
Your will be done.
Kill him. Good boys. Yeah, the loot. Yeah, these aren't any good.
Done.
We don't have to heal to fight them. Okay, bird villager. We'll save just because I don't want to start fights with them.
I'm gone.
Actually, I'll use the detect traps. Yeah,
I'm gone.
nothing of interest. About this one?
All right.
Sure, why not?
Decent enough, yeah.
Sure, why not?
45 coppers. Decent enough amounts of coppers. Nothing great, but you can buy a decent healing charm with that kind of money. So it's not totally insignificant. Okay, that leaves the Weeping Stone Catacombs. We don't want to go here now. I don't think we actually can go. Yeah, there's a gate. So let's continue to looting. Yeah, Bone Charm will take it. Those are great items, but I want to keep at least one. We should have more of them. Yeah, we actually do. Yeah, these are great, very significant buff. But we want to keep one for the portal key. Yep, not seeing anything. A few coppers.
All right.
Okay. Collector. I'll just check if these punch takers are magical. No, we'll abandon them immediately.
I'm gone.
All non-magical weapons at this point are pretty much going to be useless. Okay, we found Uhrir. This sour-faced middle-aged man starts when you approach him and reaches for his belt. Finding no weapon there, he simply backs away from you. You can see that beneath his collector's robes, his lower legs and forearms are swathed with filth-encrusted bandages. What you want? Okay, he nods but says nothing. You're covered in bandages. What happened to you? Hey, well, I got bit by a ghoul down below while I was looking about for stuff to sell off. Down below? He nods his head. Down the catacombs where all the didders is. Say, you going down there anytime? Yeah, perhaps. Why? Because I lost my lucky knife. He grunts angrily, stamping his foot. He's been with me for years, right here. He points to an empty sheet on his belt. So what happened to it? I was poking about in the catacombs below and ran smack into a ghoul. Must have been a straggler, cause there's usually more than one. He bit at me face, so I covered up with my arms and stabbed it in the eye. It dropped and bit me at leg for a while before I shaken the piker off and made it back up here. Yeah. Quite a story. I'll bring back your knife I see it down here.
Updated my journal.
Would you? I'd be grateful, I would. It's got me name carved into it, okay? I expect payment, you realize. Oh, here, Franz, I'll give you what I can, but it won't be much. Look around, Cutter, I won't be showering you with wealth now. Yeah, we'll talk more when I've got the knife. Not everything has to be wealth when doing these trades. I actually like very much the fact that the monk of what's he's called, the weapon trainer, actually
Done.
traded weapon training, gave free weapon training in exchange for doing the quest. He would have probably provided it anyway. But it's a good trade. As long as
Done.
it's something for something. Yeah. Doesn't seem to be anything special here.
I'm gone. Done.
I do dislike this system in this game that you have to hover everything to see where the hidden containers are. Because
I'm gone.
they're not, these aren't constant, so you have to hover everything every time. Yeah. Nothing of real value. Hey, Q-Jin. You see a drab man with a perfectly moon-shaped face. He looks at you without expression and does not speak. He looks as though his voice would be as flat as a meadow. Greetings, I was hoping you could answer a few questions for me. What do you wish to know? Okay. Tell me of yourself. I once lived in a land of metal machines and doors that opened at a word. I dream of the pristine metal cities and the empty shells that are our people. I had a number and a name there. Now I have neither, so this is a Raideen quest. Like all my kind, they are all I have. They are all I have had of my own all my life. They were stolen from me. Without them I am nothing. I request your aid. Hey, who has your name and number?
Updated my journal.
The one who used to be Raideen. She stole them from me. I offered her the shelter of my name and number. She stole them from me. They are mine lawfully and by right. Find her. She's in this village. Yeah. That's that. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Answer some questions. Yeah, he knows nothing. This is strange to be so naked. I fear I will die. What do you mean? Yeah. Yeah, he repeats what he said earlier. Okay, what can you give me? I have nothing. I request your aid. I'll give it a shot. Possibly we can get the tattoo.
I'm gone.
Sort of pointless to have it
Done.
if we couldn't gain access to it somehow. Okay, are you ready? The man whose name... No, I don't want... The man whose name you took wants it back now. Her voice grows shrill. Well, we can't have them. He offered them to me and I kept them. He never said nothing about no loan of them, and he never said he needed them back. He ain't getting them. You can go tell him so. He really needs a name. You tell him he can have mine. The name Raideen should be good enough for anyone. Okay. I don't like the way this conversation started. I'll see if I can drive it in another way. Yeah, I like these options much better. I felt that the way I expressed myself was really bad. So I wanted to see if there was other dialogue options where I could actually discuss this issue with multiple options for myself, and there is. While it's technically the same thing, asking the name and number back, it's sort of like the difference between telling your significant other to could you please uh, go make a cup of coffee, and telling him bitch make me a cup of coffee. It's basically the same thing, but you can you don't have to be a genius to see that the other ways of one of those ways of saying things is really stupid, and you're just going to get into trouble for no good reason. So I'm not just going to tell him that he wants them back. I'm going to sympathize with him, tell me, ask him nicely. I know it'll be a burden on you, and I know it'll be tough to give up what you got now, but would you be so kind as to give the name and number back to him? Experience, and we got the item. I suppose you're right, I've been a bad person, sure I have, and I can't keep this here. She peels the rippling tattoo from around her neck and hands it to you. She shivers as she does, and you can tell him his name now. He was and will be queued in. Now let me go. Thanks, farewell.